I'm Jana Horn. I'm an executive secretary at UC Health in the Department of Obstetrics and Gynecology. Pre-COVID, I could walk around freely, obviously without a mask. I could eat lunch without social distancing. There was not a maximum capacity for rooms. Meetings could actually be in person versus virtual now. Um, and that's probably the biggest hurdle as well is the meetings going virtual. Just it doesn't have the same feel as obviously an in-person meeting would. So they're a little bit more awkward in that sense. So a lot of changes in the day-to-day actual interaction with my coworkers, peers, my providers, and even the patients. It kind of takes away from the personal touch of the care that we provide, especially being an OBGYN. Having to mask up and have your guard up about whether this person is positive for COVID or was exposed and may have COVID. Anything like that. It's a little puts a different dynamic on it as far as do I want to actually enter this room of 5 people or not. COVID, we had about half of our hours reduced, so we weren't working as much, and we obviously had to work from home. So if I needed to come into the office, I could. If I needed to, I am not far from my office, so that did not bother me if I needed to come in and not. But it definitely, again, took the kind of ease out of the job. Whereas when I'm in the office, I can simply walk to someone's office if I have a question or if I needed an answer right away or anything like that. But now I have to send an email or I have to call and hurry up and wait for an answer. And then now we've kind of transitioned to 4 days in the office and 1 day at home. The meetings still, if you have to meet virtually, it's still a little awkward. But I like the personal in-person, tangibility, I guess, of the job. And even just interacting with my coworkers. It's, working from home when you're alone is just completely different than being in an office surrounded by your peers. We remained out of office, oh my, I think it was from March and they brought us back, I think it was at the beginning of July. So it was several months of being at home, several months of remote meetings and not being able to see my providers and things like that. So I felt that it was a good amount of time and it was appropriate. And I like the way they handled it as far as getting us set up to work from home and all the resources that we needed, devices, anything like that. I think they've handled it well, and all of the guidelines that they have in place are very strategically planned, I believe. Although, I'm vaccinated and I'm boosted, I feel confident, but with the news lately, with this whole variant, and it's really disrupting actually our office, and I don't want it to disrupt any more in my life. So I do wear a mask outside. If I go into a store, I will still wear a mask because I don't know where the other person has been. And I want to protect myself. My biggest fear, I think, is the long COVID because I'm a healthy adult. I don't think that I would struggle if I did get COVID. It's just the long COVID and the effects that are unknown by everyone, I think, now, but something I'd rather avoid.